Howdy, folks. It is Diecast Buffet here again. It has been a while, but I'm back. If you didn't see my community post, I made a post this morning about we so back, because we are back on the channel. New videos coming out. Got a whole crap load of great stuff to film. A lot of new stuff coming in. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be lit. So I just want to let y'all know that if you haven't seen that little community post, go check it out. It's a YouTube short. You'll know why I had to use it as a YouTube short, because of some certain music. So anyways, we got a lot to talk about in the world of NASCAR that's been happening the past month. The last post-race review we did was Kansas, which was the closest finish in NASCAR history. We're going to talk about today's race at Gateway first, and then we'll backtrack and talk about the rest of the races, because that's the one that just happened. I want to give my initial opinions on it. I want to say I missed y'all, guys. Hope you're doing well. God bless y'all. Let's talk about it. So, Austin Cindric wins Gateway in a final lap fuel fiasco with Ryan Blaney. Heartbreaker. I mean, this is giving me some 2014 Dale Jr. Las Vegas, 2011 Dale Jr. Coke 600 vibes. Wow, what a heartbreaker. So, Ryan Blaney pretty much has it in the bag, runs out of gas coming to the white flag, and Austin Cindric just gets the golden goose egg laid in his lap there and gets the win. I know people will say it's a Mickey win. I don't care how you win a race. It's statistically a win. So, huge congrats to the number 2 team. Awesome paint scheme, by the way. You can pre-order that diecast. They'll probably be offering the race to win. They did make his Daytona 500 race to win diecast. You can check that out at Circle B Diecast. You can use promo code DiecastBuffet, and you could save on shipping any orders $30 or more. Take $6 off, so that adds up. So make sure to check that out if they do indeed offer a 124 race to win or even 164. So, my honest thoughts on the Gateway race. It was pretty uneventful. I'm going to be honest with you. The flat tracks, you know how I feel about them. They're very tame. The truck race was decently tame, but it was way better in my opinion. The restarts are fun, but after they settle out, it's a track position game. You can't pass. It's so hard to get around a guy on a long green flag run. The tires do not wear out. If they would have used a Bristol tire, it'd probably be a lot more fun. But yeah, these are just flat tracks of the Cup Series. They're really mundane. They're very stale. They're very plain. Not a fan of it. I will commend that the crowd they have at St. Louis, very awesome to see a buttload of people there in the grandstands for a NASCAR Cup Series event. So I have to give them a lot of credit for that, and that's probably why this event will stick around for a while, because it's certainly not for the racing quality, I don't think. I would like to see a reconfiguration, though. I think they should make it a high bank mini homestead. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Jack up the banking, give the fans a show. They're clearly paying for the tickets. Give them a great racetrack to watch. I would love to see that. So Gateway, not much happened except for the final lap. Everyone's going to remember that, but the other 298 miles of this race, pretty plain. You had Larson versus Kyle Busch. I don't really know who's at fault. Probably Larson a little bit more, but to me, it's just racing. I mean, I've seen Kyle Busch do the same thing, go in the corner, get loose, and wreck. It happens. Oh, we got a lot to talk about Larson. Oh, boy. Like I said, there's been a lot of things in the NASCAR universe that we need to discuss. So, my honest opinion, Gateway was exactly what I expected to be. Plain, pretty boring, green flag racing to the point where the broadcast team is just very... And don't even get me started on the NASCAR and Fox broadcast quality, because I feel like it gets worse every week. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. So moving forward, or actually technically moving back, let's talk about Darlington and what happened a couple 3 weeks ago. Awesome racing. Amazing. Brad Kay gets that win. Beautiful Castrol car. Love that piece. Chastain wins the truck race. That was a barn burner. The Xfinity race was a whole lot of fun. Love that Darlington weekend. Racing was so good. They go to North Wilkesboro. It was... That All-Star race was hard to watch, in my opinion. The Stenhouse versus Kyle Busch thing was a buttload of fun. The All-Star race, I'm telling you, they could get rid of it, and I'd be okay with it. I'm sorry. They don't try hard enough. The racing's very plain. I've been saying this for years. The All-Star race is the most overrated event on the NASCAR calendar, and unfortunately, it proved it again. The truck race was fun. I do like the old pavement more than the new pavement. but each year it's going to start aging, which is going to make the racing better. But the truck race, again, delivered. Let's get an Xfinity race there. Why not? It is coming back in 2025, which is disappointing for an all-star race. But who knows? Maybe they'll change the rules package. Doubt it. Anyways, they go to Charlotte. Oh, my goodness, man. The Charlotte weekend is going to be one of the most spiciest moments in NASCAR history. There is so much to unravel about Charlotte 2024 and Indy 2024. So let me just get it out of the way. The ARCA race, barn burner. Truck race, barn burner. Xfinity, barn burner. Amazing racing. I expected this. Charlotte does not disappoint, and there's absolutely no reason on planet Earth they should only have one oval date at Charlotte. The racing it's better than Homestead right now. That's how good it is. It is unbelievable how good Charlotte is. 3 grooves, slipping and sliding on a worn-out racetrack. Oh my goodness. It is so much fun. So, the Indy 500, we're actually going to talk about that as well. It gets delayed on Sunday. Larson runs the race. Does a fantastic job, by the way. He gets a speeding penalty. Gets trapped, I think, almost a lap down or just hanging on to the lead lap. Finishes around 18th. Nowhere indicative of his running position. The guy was in the top 8 most of the day, I believe. I'm telling you, that cat can drive an Indy car. I mean, there's guys that have been racing Indy car for like 15 to 20 years, and he's outrunning them. And they're on good teams. I mean, I think he was ahead of Will Power almost the entire day. So, I'm just saying, Larson is that dude. He is that dude. And if he comes back and runs it in 2025, watch out. Because he clearly had the speed to get a top 5. Who knows? So, it gets rain. They pushed the Indy 500 back. I wish they would have just ran it Monday so we didn't have any of this hoopla. We already knew it was going to be a wash like 5 days ahead. There was already severe warnings about weather. So Larson gets on the flight, goes to the 600, which was weird because like the first 150 or about 100 laps, give or take, of the Coke 600 was ran simultaneously with the Indy 500, which I think is a ratings disaster. It happened. Same thing kind of with the Xfinity Portland race and the truck race at Gateway. Same time, ratings disaster probably. The Portland race was so much fun, by the way. That was a great show. I hope they keep Xfinity there every year. Don't bring a Cup race, though, because Cup cars suck at road courses. So anyways, the Coke 600 starts. It's 100 laps in, give or take. The checkered flag falls at the Indy 500. Joseph Newgarden wins the event. I will admit I've seen better Indy 500s. The finish was fantastic. It always is, the way these cars pass. But I would have liked to see maybe Pato win it. That would have been really cool. Anyway, so Larson arrives at the racetrack. It's about halfway at Charlotte. It starts raining. The moment the helicopter with Larson's in it is coming to the racetrack, they throw a caution for rain. I have yet to see any proof of rain actually happening, but it was like it was kind of sus that they threw the caution the exact moment Larson arrived. I don't know about that. That was either like the best timing in the world, or it was kind of sus. I don't know. So Larson arrives. They're getting all geeked up to get in the car. It's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone's hyped up. It's halfway at the Coke 600. Allgaier, statistically and historically, would get points and credited for the finish if Larson was to win the race or something. Anyways, he's getting ready. He's got his fire suit on, his Heinz, his helmet. They're on pit road. Well, they kind of yellow flag it, and then they red flag it, and it keeps raining. The controversial part of this is Larson did not turn a single lap in this car. And they've been hyping up this car for over a year almost. I mean, it was like September or August last year they started talking about this, officially announcing it. The controversial part is the racetrack was dry around midnight in Charlotte. It was pretty dry, from my understanding. I've seen the photos of it. I've seen a lot of like wet racetracks being a NASCAR fan my whole life. Yeah, they were definitely close to getting ready to race. They're already halfway in it. It's a special event. It's Memorial Day weekend, so a lot of people are off from work. And NASCAR on Fox, out of nowhere, calls the race. They're like, we're done. Pack it up. Go home. And from my understanding, the drivers and teams were anticipating going racing probably within 30 minutes around the announcement that they actually called the race. So it was the broadcast team saying we're not going to stay on air on our big Fox network past midnight, or they had a very quick change of heart. From what I understand, they blamed it on humidity. I live in Southeast Texas. It's humid every single day of the summer. I'm pretty sure it's like that in the southeast of the United States as well. I'm not really I'm not really going to blame it on humidity, considering we run Daytona in Florida in the summertime for the last 40-something years at least. Yeah. Anyways, a lot of people were PO'd that the race was called early when the track was getting very close to dry. Most people would have stayed up and watched it probably. It's the 600. It's a special event. Who cares? I know I would have stayed up to watch it. I'll watch a NASCAR race at 5 in the morning. I'm crazy, I know. That ticked a lot of people off. And seeing the comments of people kind of throwing shade around the whole humidity argument on social media is kind of interesting. It's like, well, we better call the Gateway race. It's too humid this weekend. So that was pretty interesting. They call the race early. Larson doesn't get it to turn a lap. All the huge media built up for it. I think it was one of the worst handled situations in broadcasting NASCAR history. I genuinely believe it was. And judging by how many people were upset about it, I feel like they really screwed up. That's just my honest opinion. Look, it's a no-win situation. People are going to complain it's too late, you shouldn't run the race, I got to go to bed. And then some people are going to say, I paid hard-earned money, I traveled halfway across the country to watch this race. Give me a full race. At least try to restart it. I heard some people say they didn't even have the jet dryers active the entire rain delay broadcast, that they were parked on pit road. I don't know. I don't have all the official information, but what it sounds like to me, they knew pretty early on they were not going to finish this race, and they didn't really try. That's from what I'm hearing. I don't know if that's true, so don't shoot the messenger. What I'm getting at is that it was fumbled pretty bad. And that was Fox's final Coke 600 because Amazon is going to be picking it up next year. And I hope and pray to God that Amazon or TNT or whoever the Biff's going to be having this portion of the schedule next year, I genuinely hope and pray they do a great job, because it could not get worse probably than NASCAR on Fox right now. And this is coming from someone who used to love NASCAR on Fox. There are so many errors I notice each week in the broadcasts. It's pretty bad. So that was Charlotte. It was one of the biggest built-up NASCAR race weekends in history with the double, with, a legendary driver in Kyle Larson. He is extremely talented, arguably the most talented motorsports guy out there right now. The dude can literally drive anything. And then it kind of turns into an egg that just lays there. And it just, well, this is what you get. From my understanding, and I didn't know this, but apparently the contract with Arrow McLaren and Hendrick Motorsports was for 2 years, from what I'm hearing. I had no idea of this. I thought it was a 1-year deal. So there's a good chance he could come back next year and do it. I don't know if Hendrick would want to, because there's controversy about the waiver. There's some people saying he shouldn't get a playoff waiver. I think he should, because the guy literally put NASCAR, the sport of NASCAR, in front of millions of eyeballs that probably was not going to watch. It was the most trending storyline in motorsports for like 2 to 3 weeks, is the double. I think they should say, look, he's good. And for context, their waiver only exists to keep people from just saying, I'm going to take a weekend off. That's basically what it is. Like, if you're genuinely injured, you should not be racing, probably, especially in a dangerous car like Gen 7, which has been proven to be not as safe as Gen 6. They just don't want, a random cup driver like Chase Elliott to show up and say, I really don't feel like running Talladega today. I'm just going to take the week off. That's basically what it is. To keep drivers from winning a race early on and then just coasting. I think he should get a waiver. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, clearly the dude literally had the same storm in Indiana go down to North Carolina and affect it. I feel for Larson because there's a lot of people that was riding on that that event and needed that to work well in both sides of IndyCar and NASCAR. And it kind of just blew up. But I hope he comes back next year and it's kind of his revenge arc, you know? And it would be fascinating to see if he could try it again next year. So that was Charlotte. Again, I missed out on a whole bunch of stuff. I watched it, but I've been gone a while. So that was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, they called the race early. Christopher Bell did win. That's a huge win for Christopher Bell. Oh, yeah, Logano won the All-Star race. People don't remember that. They just remember Stenhouse versus Kyle Busch, which was fun to watch. They should not have ended the Coke 600 early, in my opinion. I think what they should have done, and this would have made everyone happy, just start it tomorrow. Just say, look, we got a buttload of great fans. It's Memorial Day weekend. This is like one of the 2 times of the year they could generally postpone it and not have it severely affect a lot of the fans logistically. Just run it tomorrow. I know it's past halfway. It's like 30 or 40 laps past halfway. It's the Coke 600. Just run it tomorrow morning. I'll finish my point on this. In 2022, when Austin Dillon won the Daytona summer race, they were well past halfway. They had the massive crash with the rain that came on the speedway. Like 20 cars got wrecked. Dillon was the leader. They set through 2 hours of drying the track. It was already postponed from Saturday night to Sunday morning. Here they are, like 2 hours drying the track. Dillon's just sitting in like one of the press rooms. Everybody is like, they're about to call this thing. They literally did not call it. They restarted it and finished the race under green. So my point is, they have shown in the past when it's very unconventional to actually, kind of go against the rules and go with it. Heck, they called the Chicago Xfinity race last year before it was halfway. So this is one of those instances I wish they would have just said, we know it's halfway, but there's a lot of people, that need this event to finish. There's a lot of people in the media with Larson and stuff. Let's just treat the fans. That's my honest take. So I know this video is a little bit longer than usually, but I'm trying to get caught up. I got so much stuff to review and film on the channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank y'all for watching. Hope you're having a blessed one. Make sure to comment down below. What do y'all think about the last 3 weeks of NASCAR? The month of May for NASCAR is my favorite month because Kansas, Darlington, Charlotte are just absolute home runs. And then you watch Gateway. Like, you go from Charlotte where you're 3 wide, full throttle, beating and banging, great racing, and then you go to Gateway and there's just nothing. Like, I saw more action in Truck Series practice than I did during the Cup race. I saw more action at Turn 1 at Portland in the Xfinity race on like within the first 5 laps than I probably saw the entire Gateway race. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. Thank y'all for watching. Have a blessed one, everybody. More videos to come very soon. I got a lot of gameplay stuff I got to film. I'm trying to get caught up on that. NASCAR 06 is not done. It's not done. I know some people were kind of commenting on my last video, the season finale. It's not done yet. It's not. I actually already have the first couple videos of that but filmed. I'll be uploading those very soon. Trying to get caught up. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you all again for watching. Have a blessed one, everybody. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.